Hello and welcome to Darryl Company. I'm Darryl Fess, President and CEO of Brookline Bank. Today, my guest is renowned hotelier and hospitality executive Robin Brown. Robin is the principal of Spot On Ventures. He has been the visionary behind so many hotel and restaurant projects and was the longtime general manager of the five-star Four Seasons Hotel in Boston. Robin, thank you for joining me.
Glad to be here.
So, Robin, the name of your company is Spot On Ventures. What does Spot On Ventures mean, and how did you pick that?
It's a little bit cheeky, and that was deliberate. I'm a Brit, if you couldn't possibly tell. So I think there was a little play on words here, but it was humorous but intentional, and that is, we try to really be respectful of people's time. We strive for this sort of poignant accuracy along with creativity, and truthfully, everything we engage with and every person we engage with, we try to make that experience, spot on.
Nice. I like the British angle. You retained that. That's fantastic. And many of the projects you've been involved with have been spot on. So it's certainly a fitting name for your company.
We try.
How did you get started in the hotel business?
Oh, well, it's a long story, but it does go back to the year of our Lord. No, sorry, 1970. Three things. I wanted to buy a motorbike, and my parents wouldn't let me unless I had money, and I didn't have any. I was pretty creative in the kitchen. My family did a lot of entertaining, and I used to dabble. I loved to cook. And then I showed an interest in actually leaving home and traveling the world, joining the Merchant Navy, and found out I quietly made an application and found out I was 2 years too young to escape. So I took a job in a local hotel that had the best restaurant in the town, and bought the motorbike, stayed home, but got a passion for hospitality.
Nice. So a motorcycle led you to where you are today.
Exactly.
So, the hotel business these days with the pandemic and all has probably been the most impacted economic sector out there. You're an expert in this business, so how bad would you say it is out there?
Oh, I'm normally a pretty positive person, and in Boston, in my 35 years here, we've lived through the Gulf War, 9/11, at least two major economic downturns, and seen nothing close to this. It's been really devastating. And when I think of hotels, I actually want to bring in the family in the restaurant business as well, and consider that we're all part of one amenity, if you will, for the city. And in Boston in particular, it's been one of the worst hit markets in the entire country. I mean, that's just not me, that's statistics. And I think with the lack of the important group convention business and the discipline that the governor and the mayor have had on restrictions, et cetera, and even the recent setback with restaurant hours, those have been, important and meaningful for COVID, but devastating for our business. So we're down as an industry close to 80% in revenue in 2020 compared to 2019, 80% as an industry. So it's going to be a long, tough road to recover.
Any thoughts on when we might start a return to normal?
Obviously the last few days since we're in the middle of this political turmoil, to hear these announcements, one from a Cambridge company, Moderna, I think that's what we're praying for. So if we can get that treatment out there, and I think we're all counting on things beginning to turn up in the summer of 21. I don't think there'll be much citywide business in the first quarter. Marathon's canceled in April. So we're sort of hoping that May, June begins the turning of the corner, and then it's not going to come in floodgates. So I think it will take some time, probably take a couple of years, honestly, to get back to the 19 levels, probably 22, 23, if things go well. But, I think, thank goodness for science. And once again, Boston is poised. We take it hard when things turn, but I think we, of all places, with our universities, with our science, with our tourism and our creativity, I think we have the ability to rebound, very strongly. So long-term, optimistic, painful to get there.
Out of everything negative, there's usually something positive. What might that be in the hotel business?
Well, maybe it's the British in me, but I have to say the biggest thing I look forward to is the non-return of the buffet. So I've always been an a la carte guy myself, even small plates, and those eggs when they turn green and crunchy, and that bacon sits in that grease. It's not my thing, So yeah, buffets are gone, and the other thing that could be good is the advent of technology. Every time there's been a recession in my long career with Four Seasons, our chairman and visionary leader, Isidore Sharp, used to take those times to really reposition the asset, to invest in capital reserves, and to widen the gap with the comp set, et cetera. So I think as the industry thinks about new ways to learn and do things, and clearly technology relative to, let's say, lining up for check-in, or waiting. Luxury equals time. The time is part of a luxury experience. So people don't like to wait inherently, and they'll pay more for not waiting. So I think we'll find ways to be more efficient. Right.
I think that's going to be a trend for many industries that will be accelerated by what we're going through.
Right. We just want people to go back to restaurants, and this takeout business is very efficient, and driving by and having your pizza put in your trunk is actually quite good. But I want to get back and sit with my friends over a beer in a nice spot.
Well, I'll join you when we're able to do that. So hey, one last question for you. What is your favorite hotel in the world?
Well, it depends on the moment. And my wife and I, with a dear couple friend of ours, we've been ensconced in the Cape since March, and we needed to get out. And so we took off to Blackberry Farm in Tennessee, which is this remarkable, idyllic setting and renowned spot, working farm with a beautiful little hotel. And the food was just remarkable. And I went up to the chef on the first night and asked if I could speak to her and just compliment her. And she asked where you were from and blah, blah, blah. And suddenly I said, well, I used to be a GM at the Four Seasons. And she said, well, in 1998, I worked with you in Aujourd'hui at the hotel. And so two things. One is, the experience of the moment, but the most important part about my career is no matter where I've gone, Nevis or Paris or Europe, or even Asia, there's always somebody in one of those hotels that we know, or we work together, or we have a very close bond. And those are the moments that far surpass the decor and the food, is when that chef's smile on her face was priceless. So those are the moments.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah. I mean, service is everything, and making somebody makes you feel special. It makes it be a special event. So that's great.
Exactly.
Okay, Robin, thank you for the time. I really appreciate your joining us today.
Thanks for reaching out, and thanks for being such a solid company that we can bank on.
Like that. Great. All right. Hey, and thanks to everyone out there for watching Darryl and Company. Until we see you again.